two types of writers in this world: discovery writers and writers who plan. Well, they are both very different styles, and I'm going to walk you guys through what I think is the best style. Now, I think planning is a waste of time. Now, you can plan some things, right? But the thing with planning is you basically end up writing your entire story before you write it. And this also can link back to why some people don't even start writing their novel, because they already know exactly what's going to happen. They know exactly, almost word for word, what they're going to write. And then it just becomes a chore to get it down on the page. That's the problem with planning. Now, I do something called discovery writing, which is pretty much, I have an idea in my head, a very rough plan, right? Like, this book I'm writing at the moment, the plan I had going into it was just, the first 10 chapters are going to be the opening. Here is what I want to achieve, and then I write something small, like, I want the 3 characters to have an emotional connection to the reader, or something like that, right? And then I do the same thing for the middle. I write, in chapters 11 to 16, which is my middle, I want to home in on a redemption arc, a certain redemption arc in this book I'm writing. And then the ending, which I'm literally just about to start today probably, is going to be, it's going to be the ending. Now, I like writing dark, right? Because I think dark stuff can really build a connection to the reader, but that's not what we're talking about today, right? We're talking about the difference between planning versus discovery writing, and why you shouldn't plan your novel. Now, a lot of great writers do plan, right? I'm not going to say they don't, because some writers, like, I think Blake Crouch, they plan because they want to make sure every small detail is complete, everything in the plot, so it just goes really smoothly. Heck, they might even get to do less drafts, which means it will be ready quicker. But the planning phase for some people can take a very long time, and that's another reason. Time. Right. If you plan your novel, you might spend half a year planning it, and then, for all you know, you might give up because you already know exactly what's going to happen, and like I said, it becomes a chore to write it. So, let me break this down. Do not plan your novel. Right, use discovery writing instead. If you want to write something, then just wing it. Right, now that sounds like terrible advice, but trust me, you will get a lot more done if you just have a rough idea, what you want to do, kind of you split your idea into 3 sections, the opening, the middle, and the ending. You write down what you want to achieve, and then it becomes fun, I think, to try and within that time span of like 10 chapters to reach what you said you wanted to achieve. I think that's what becomes really interesting. So, yeah. Planning versus discovery writing. If you want to do less drafts, if you want to, find out every small detail, every plot hole, if you just want to make sure everything is perfect before you start writing, and maybe even get something published a little sooner, then do the planning. But if you really want to start writing and you don't want really any distractions, use discovery writing. It saves time. I think it's a lot more fun. And it lets your imagination run a lot more wild. And at the end of the day, that's what writing is all about. So, that is me signing out. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you haven't, then comment down below what you didn't find helpful about this video, and maybe I'll address it in another one. So, see you later.